Today we're looking at the ICP chart, and we're also going to be looking at astrology because that's what we do on this channel. It's Crypto Astro, stands for crypto and astrology. All right, so we haven't looked at ICP in a long time. I was kind of waiting out this long downtrend and then sideways action and kind of waiting till it shows some signs of strength, which it is now. If we zoom out a little bit, we have this trend line. Take a look at this nice trend line. We get 1, 2, 3 hits. Boom. We could bounce off of it again. So that's going to be a pretty critical level around $7.42 around there. So we're going to have to hold that ideally. But so far, so good. It's looking pretty good. First off, I have to say this is Crypto Astro, but none of this content is financial or investment advice. This content is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. All right, so we're looking at the weekly chart here. The good news is that the past week, we just got this nice candle right here. We went all the way up to $10, and then we closed the week above this 21 SMA line. And that yellow line is pretty critical. If you look historically, once we busted through that and we used it as support back in November of last year, we went off on a tear there. Now, there is also potentials for a fake out like in January. That's certainly possible as well, where we stayed above there for a few months and then we fell back through. But I think that's a little bit less likely. All right, let's look at some other, the daily here. So we are falling a bit down. If we take the 50% level from this peak down to the bottom, the 50% level is at $8.40. We just fell below that. So we want to get back above, we're going to need to get back above that 50% level. Perhaps we could bounce off of here. We want to get back above this 50% level and then stair step back upwards. Certainly possible. But yeah, this is going to be a very important level. This for the short term, $8.40. Let's also look at the monthly. Let's look at the previous month. So the previous month we went up here. We went past the 21 SMA, this yellow moving average, but then unfortunately we fell back just below it. You can zoom in here. Yeah, just below that yellow line. But still, this is overall a bullish candle. In fact, this green candle is bigger than the previous month's red candle, so that's overall bullish. That's looking good. Now, let's also wanted to look at the 3-month because this is interesting. So this is really zooming out. This is very macro level. Zoom in here. This is pretty interesting because the last 3 months, July all the way to October, we went all the way up to $11 and we went all the way down to $5.80. And then that all got bought up. So the last 3 months, this got all bought up and we closed at around $9, above where we're at right now. So that's overall bullish. I mean, the fact that we went all the way down to $5.80 and then that got bought up pretty aggressively over the last 3 months, it's looking pretty good. The only thing is the volume's going down a little bit, so that's the only minor concern. But yeah, if we look on the monthly, the volume's been going down. Besides right here, July, but volume's continuing to go down. We want to see a surge in volume to show that any of these pumps are sustainable. But yeah, overall the volume's been going down. We haven't gotten a major pump in volume in a long time, ever since the peak of March. So we're still waiting on that. We're still not out of the woods yet, that's for sure. Okay. Now, let's look at the astrology. So this is really interesting. So what I do is I find the Genesis block, the birthplace, birth time, birth city of the ICP chart, and this is what I found. May 16th, 2021. And then I look at what transits are hitting this chart. So we look at the transits. These are on the outside are where the planets are in the sky right now. And they're making specific aspects with the birth chart in the middle here. And if we can look at this throughout time. So in October, these are the transits that are hitting the ICP chart. The first planet here is Uranus, is trining the ICP Pluto. And that is a positive. So the trines are positive. We're getting a direct hit on October 8th. That's really good. Okay, that's really bullish. We also got the Sun trining the ICP Venus on the 2nd. And to make it even better, we're getting Uranus conjuncting the ICP Sun. That could be really bullish. It also represents going through major changes, challenging new events. But overall, I mean, Uranus is the planet of cryptocurrency. It's the planet of technology, innovation, and so very related to ICP, very innovative technology. And direct hit we're getting on October 27th. Whereas this one, this is also very positive. We're getting a direct hit on October 8th. But they're also in effect right now. They're in effect already. They're in orb. And we're also getting this Saturn trining the ICP Mars, which is very powerful, ambitious energy. And it's very positive because it's making that positive trine on the 4th. So that's happening really within less than 48 hours United States time. So that's coming up really soon. So 3 very bullish transits this month. All right, so very interesting to note on that. I mean, yeah, so that, I mean, if there's ever a time that ICP is going to get a pump, it certainly could be this month. Now, the only problem is the macro. And for example, if we look at the Russell 2000, this still has not broken out into an all-time high. Historically, the Russell has broken out into an all-time high every time we go off on a mega bull run in crypto where Bitcoin and Ethereum and altcoins all hit, you know, it's the banana zone. They hit all-time highs. We still haven't gotten the Russell breaking out, and that's arguably why crypto has not gone on a mega bull run. We got the Dow Jones breaking out. We got the S&P 500, but not the Russell 2000. Also not the NASDAQ, so technology stocks are holding back right now as well. So we're going to need to get a breakout to get further momentum, particularly for crypto and ICP. So we're still waiting on that. I also want to share really quick this chart. This is a chart of, this is really actually extremely valuable information. Normally I don't share this in my paid group, but here you go, guys. Definitely subscribe, all right? Because I'm sharing you guys some really powerful information for free, all right? So subscribe and maybe even consider joining my private mastermind group, as you can click the link below, get all the information on that. All right, so yeah, this is typically what I share in my private group. This is really high value information, but it's basically saying that we are headed into a peak time of volatility around mid-October and still pretty high through the end of October before it starts falling in November and into December. So peak volatility, what can that mean? Could be surprise world events. Could be major dumps and pumps. So typically low on, when it's low volatility, let's see, the low on equity volatility occurs on the 20th of July and runs higher into early mid-October. Don't forget stocks crash in recessions. All right, so there is possibility of a big correction this month, honestly, or next month, but it's looking like most likely this month, so be aware for that. Me personally, I'm planning on buying that dump if that happens. Another interesting chart here is S&P 500 electional season pattern. So basically, from everything I've studied in the last 7 years of studying the markets and crypto, the S&P 500 has a major, major impact on crypto. So that's why I'm looking at this. If we follow this gold line where the S&P 500 went down in April and up in May, which is what we did on this pink line, which is the current year of where we've been going. Now, it's not fully updated, so it's not all the way out into October. But if we follow the gold line, which is certainly possible, it dumps in October and heading into November. We've gotten a little bit of a dump, but we haven't fully seen that yet. If it follows the green or the red line, then we're really in the clear. I mean, it's just going to be up. But these other lines, you know, the black and the blue and the gold especially, certainly possible especially because we might not get the green line because we don't have a sitting president running this year because Biden stepped out. Red line is possible, but yeah, just the fact that Biden's not running gives a little bit less hope for that. All right, so, you know, very interesting. We got the positive astrology. We got this interesting, you know, on the 3 month is pretty bullish. 3 month, a lot of buying action here. And I mean, really on the weekly as well, we got this nice weekly candle closing above this 21 SMA. But we might have to wait in the next week to see if we are going to just go back down. If that's going to be a rejection off of that, that would be a bit more bearish. You might have to hang out here for more time, certainly possible. And then if we get a correction in October, that could bring us down even further. But I would consider that an incredible buying opportunity. All right, so I personally have nibbled at this. I do think this will be a good investment this time around, I believe. But it's not financial advice. There's no guarantees in this crypto game. I've just been studying ICP Internet Computer for years, and I'm very impressed with the technology. I think it's a great use case as well. All right. If you're interested in joining the Crypto Astro Mastermind, unlock the secrets of crypto astrology and revolutionize your crypto trading strategy. Learn how I'm getting over 80% accuracy on my crypto astrology predictions. Not bad if you ask me, or if you ask anyone, it's not so bad. You can get lifetime access for a great deal, just $597. Just one payment, you get lifetime access. That means through the future, every single bull run in the future, you get access to this group. It's a group monthly call. And you can also get a payment plan. Check out my video testimonials. Learn about, make sure you don't let inaction cost you thousands and miss profits. And then you can click the buttons here. Watch this video to prove that my predictions are at 90% accuracy. They've gone down slightly, maybe around 89%, but still, that's pretty good. You gotta admit, that's pretty good. All right, so learn all about how I get that level of accuracy. Sign up here for full pay or the monthly payments. You guys are gonna love it. My goal is to over-deliver to y'all. All right, I wanna make this a no-brainer. I wanna make sure you really succeed in this bull run. We could be heading out easily another 6 months or so, and could even go beyond that, although there is some bearish astrology kind of half of next year in the second, well, really, in the summer. Giving you guys some really good information here, so I'm not going to spoil everything, but thanks so much for tuning in on this video. See if I have any comments. Yeah. This video goes out to all those ICP lovers. Let me know in the comments below what else you would like me to cover, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.